this is Sarah Clark of Craving Pilates, and today I'm coming at you live from my work. So right now we're in the office, and we're going to take a little cruise around, so you'll get to take a little journey with me. I am at Pilates for Life in Sebastopol. That is where I currently am teaching. We have a full setup. It's pretty awesome. You should totally come down and check it out if you're local. Today, Melinda asked me about her traps. And that is an interesting question because your traps are pretty big. So we're going to talk about what your traps are, how to release them, and how to strengthen them, and what to do if they are bothering you. Alright, so I'm going to turn this guy around so that we can look at this picture I have. So, we're looking at muscle systems today. This is in the office. If you come and train with me in person, we often come back here and talk about the muscles. So, where are your traps? It's like a pop quiz for me too. No, I'm joking. So you've got your traps. Whoa, that was weird with my hand. You've got your trap system up here. So you've got these guys are your mid traps right here. And then this is also part of your upper trap. So when people talk about their traps, they can be talking about here, but they also might be talking about down here. So this is a really big muscle, and it also goes into your fascia at your mid back, okay? It goes down in this V here. So Melinda, hi Melinda, if you're watching, I would love, which you are watching, you just said something, hello, I would love to know if you were feeling pain in the top or more towards the middle, so the upper traps. That's what I thought. Oh, and before I just leave here, we're leaving. We're gonna walk out. If you get dizzy when I move around, please don't look at the screen. So it's the upper traps.
It does look different to me. Oh, well.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna come back here because I'm in a functioning studio. So I get to set you up back here. So Melinda, excuse me, I work with a Melissa. Melinda was talking about her upper traps being sore after doing planks. And that is because Melinda was using her traps to support her rather than, I need to turn this around, rather than the side of her body, right? So cool, now I'll be able to see myself. So when you're doing a plank, you should be feeling your lats and your serratus pushing you. Melinda has a sister named Melissa, that's awesome. Hello to the Melindas and Melissas. So if you're feeling your planks up here, you should be feeling them down here. And that's why I try and cue you to push the floor away and pull the floor apart, because your shoulder blades should be wide on your back and down your back, using your lats and your serratus, which I still wish I had that picture because I could show you what that is. So something happens where either you don't start with proper form, or if you're holding the plank for longer than these muscles have the strength to help you, you will go up into your traps. Or if you're letting your head hang too much during your plank. So hopefully we can see this a little bit here. So I'm planking, all you can see is my cleavage. Okay, so let's toss you over here. I'm going to put you here. And then, so when you're doing your plank, you should have a nice little lift. So it's not lifted because I'm pushing like my spine up and rounding it. It's lifted because I've pushed the floor away and found the side of the body with my shoulder blades. When they're together like this, my traps are supporting me, okay? When they're up by the ears, all right, and I'm rounded, which some teachers do cue to round up there, but what they mean by that is to feel your shoulder blades wide on your back. So you want to make sure that you're able to find that and able to pull the shoulder blades down. If you're not finding the strength, you either need to take a little break in your plank earlier, or you need to be strengthening there with a TheraBand, right? strengthening the side of the body and teaching the body how to pull the shoulder blades down the back. You really want to feel that. This is one of those times where I'd say really feel them pull down and slide down the back. The other thing that can happen is we're here, and then our head goes here, and our upper traps are holding our head on, right? So our head doesn't want to just fall off, so our traps have to hold them on. So you really want to make sure that A, you're not pushing yourself past that point, that you can handle it, and B, that you're finding the right muscles from the beginning. So you're pushing and pulling the floor away during your plank to get the shoulder blades out of the ears, because the very first second you start feeling your upper traps, that's your end point for you. So you either need to stop and take a little break and feel them release just by like relaxing, and then you can start again, or you need to stop because your body is telling you it's time to stop. Now, what do you do now that they're already bothering you? Because they bother you not just in planks. It's, sitting at the desk can be a lot. The traps come on a lot because of this forward head thing. So some of the things that you can do is that when you're sitting in your car, you can push your head back. You can bring your hands behind your head and push your head back. But oftentimes, if you don't have a connection to the side of the body, when you lift your hands up, the shoulder blades go up, right? So you really have got to get the shoulder blades down and connected here. Now, if you're still struggling with that after you've really practiced all these cues, you need to work on sending the breath into the back body, and you need to work on, sorry, I just got an email popped up. You need to work on strengthening the mid traps and the lower back, and you do those with like rhomboid presses, you do those through planks, and that kind of thing, and you need to work on making sure that your rib cage can move in all directions, because sometimes what happens is when we're in our plank, the rib cage thrusts forward, and then that forces our shoulder blades together, right? So you got to get that lift of the rib cage, the pushing and the pulling the floor away, and then that really sends you down into your serratus, okay? Now, you are already in pain, so none of this stuff is going to help you unless you can get out of pain, because you don't want to just like work through the pain, and you also don't want to just pull things around. You want to allow these guys to relax so that these muscles can turn on without having to fight against these guys, right? So if you have tension up here, these guys are going to have to work twice as hard, and then you'll end up with different issues. So I'm going to move the camera again, and I'm going to show you how to use tennis balls to release that. Pushing the head back into the hands, yes. So pushing the head back into the hands is really helpful. Now, that wasn't good me. Hi, Trinity. But you can also do that in your car seat. And when you push your head back into your hands, you want to make sure that your eyes and your nose stay parallel to the floor. So when you push back, you're not tucking your chin, you're not looking up to push back, but you're pushing straight back through the eyeballs. And it is literally one of my favorite things to do when I'm driving a car, is to push all the way back, scoop my shoulder blades down and push that wheel away, just like I'm doing a plank, and push my head back. When I first started doing Pilates, I used to wear a bun right here, and it forced my head forward in the car. And honestly, just removing that bun and pushing my head back really, 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 really changed how my neck felt and how my shoulders felt. So, all right, I'm going to move the camera, and we're going to use these tennis balls. I just have 2 regular old tennis balls to release the traps. So I'm going to get this ready for you guys. I'm not used to filming at Pilates for Life, which is where I work, but it was a late day, and I wanted to make sure I got to you guys. So I'm going to move my camera, which is on its tripod, over here. We have this lovely private Cadillac room at Pilates for Life, which I think is great. So that's where I am right now, and I'm just going to pray that you guys are going to be able to see me well. Okay? So this is a little prayer here. I'm going to see how this works, because I can't really test it out beforehand. So I like to start seated and then bring the balls right back, about as low as I can reach them. I'm placing them between the top of my shoulder blade, right here, and my spine. Okay, so it's not way up on the top up here because they'll slip away, but down a little between the top of the blade and the spine. I'm going to put those down, and then I lie down, and I kind of adjust a little bit. When you adjust, you don't need to use your hands. You can push through your feet to get that. Now, you're probably just looking at the top of my head, so I'm going to lift my head off the mat to kind of show you where those guys are. And again, this is me praying that you can see what I'm talking about. So those guys are right above my blades. Then I'm going to lay the head down. You will not be lifting your head up. And I'm just going to push through my feet and move those guys down a little bit more. So they're moving down my back. Then I'm going to pull through my feet a little bit until I find the perfect spot for me, which is right there. Now I'm going to leave my head up so that you can see what's happening, but you would have your head down, which gives you lots more pressure. Then get that out of the way. Bring your hands up to the sky and start rolling the shoulder blades on the back, okay? And this just gets right in there to release them. The only problem with this is that this can be a little too much for you. If that's the case, I'd recommend placing a mat or a blanket on top of the balls so that they don't slide away, okay? So hopefully nobody's like, oh, I can't see anything. Oh yeah, a bunch of people left, so maybe you couldn't see anything. Guys, let me know if you want a different view, okay? So basically, I take those guys and I give myself some shoulder circles with them above the blades, and then I do some snow angel arms. So what I'm doing, you guys can't see anything at all. We need to do snow angel arms. I'm going to try this from over here. Let's see if we get a different angle. When you do snow angel arms, oh, good, Trinity, thank you so much. Yes, okay, Melinda, see your question. Yes, you can totally, so here, oh, you can see, here we've got this circle. We're circling here, and then we do this. Melinda's question is, can I do the foam roller for this? Yes, you can do the foam roller for this, and I would recommend particularly using the foam roller if the tennis balls are kind of intense for you. The tennis balls are going to get deeper, okay? Your foam roller, if you were using the foam roller, one of the ones I really recommend is inhaling and reaching the arms up and feeling them, feeling the shoulder blades really wide on the back so you get a little stretch, and then exhale and you can go thunk and down. I mean that pressure. And it's just like tenderizing meat, okay? So you really want to thunk. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thunk. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thunk. Right on the ball or right on your roller if you're lying on your roller long ways, okay? Inhale, reach. Exhale, thunk. Inhale, reach. Exhale, thunk. Then give yourself those shoulder circles. And this feels really great. I've actually been doing this a lot because I sit at a computer all day and then I do Pilates, and then I get a little shoulder tension because that's why I came to Pilates, is one of the reasons is my waitressing shoulder. And then you'd snow angel the arms, and hopefully your hands would be on the mat. You could do it with the palms up. You can then try the palms down, which is going to be a little different. Don't bring the hands above the shoulders unless you can keep out of the traps, right? So of the upper traps. So anytime you bring the hands up, that's when those guys are supposed to turn on. So you might want to keep the hands down during your snow angel motion. So that is how I would just go straight in there and dig into the traps. Now, one of the ways to support your traps when you are doing your plank, so we talked about proper form and plank, but one of the ways that you would want to prepare so that your lower traps and your mid traps got stronger and your upper traps didn't have to work as much would be with rockets. And rockets are in a lot of my workout videos. They're not a single exercise yet, but you can see them in a lot of like the Pilates posture and stuff like that. But I'm just going to demo rockets right here. I've got this great Cadillac here. This is perfect. So your hands are by your sides, palms face up, forehead's on the mat. You've got a nice long back. Your navel is lifted. And then you're going to exhale, lift the head and the heart off the mat, reaching the spine out of the pelvis, rotating the top of the arm bone open, and reaching the hands towards the feet.
So this is that same feeling of driving the shoulder blades down the back and forward into the armpit. Now, I don't use such firm words when I'm teaching. I try not to say like drive them down the back. But if you're having a hard time connecting to this area, it might really feel that way at first. And you're having a hard time connecting to this area, I always recommend releasing, then strengthening. And for your upper traps, that would be the side of the body and the mid-back. And then stretching, okay? So I'm going to show you rockets a couple more times, and then I'll show you a stretch. So rockets, you've got your neutral position. You're going to exhale, reach the spine away from the pelvis, roll the shoulders open, reach the hands towards the feet. And this, I can feel this nice connection to the side of my body. And if you can't find this, you shouldn't push into a push-up or a plank because you haven't got the stretch for you, the energy for you. So now, stretching the upper traps themselves can be challenging. You can do some neck circles, which are nice. When you have that nice tall spine, you just lift your head, and you roll your chin side to side, bring the chin to the chest. And I like to only do my neck circles to the front because we don't really need this back part, which would cause your traps to kind of tense a little bit. We just need this front part. So the head's heavy and you're rolling it side to side and getting this nice stretch here. You can also turn, when you're long on your roller, Melinda, you could turn your head to one side and kind of let your head lie off the side of the roller, and that will give you a stretch here. But you can't only stretch these guys, right? You need to stretch the whole back itself, and you also need to stretch the side of the body because some things can be going on when there's not enough awareness to get the blades down, or there could be tightness in the back, which is limiting the movement of the blades. So you would do some thread the needle, where you basically are in child's pose, and then you reach one arm up, and then you thread it underneath, bringing the shoulder to the earth and reaching, so you get this nice stretch in the mid-back, and just allowing the shoulder blades to mobilize a little more in general. Inhale, open up. Rotating the rib cage, because your rib cage needs to be in the right spot to support the blades. I've talked about that in past community chats. Okay? And then you'd also want to do pinwheel arms, because it's totally possible that your shoulder blades are stuck up by your ears all the time and they need some mobilization to move. Pinwheel arms is a single exercise video I have on Facebook or on YouTube, so you can go and check that out. And the idea of pinwheel arms is it gets your shoulder blade to move on your back in all directions. Just briefly about the rib cage. If your rib cage isn't living in the right spot, that's the home for your shoulder blade. So if your rib cage is forward, and you're like this, your blades are going to get stuck down your back. But if your rib cage, the base of the rib cage is swung back from sitting at a desk too long, and the base is swung back, your shoulder blades will get stuck up your back, and they won't be able to move down unless you move your rib cage forward. Alright, so opening that up, getting some circles, moving it around, doing rockets, all of that stuff is going to help you get out of the tops of the shoulders and get into the proper area when you're doing your planks, which is what Melinda specifically asked about. Awesome, Melinda, I'm glad this is making sense for you. I feel a little like I'm rambling, so I'm glad this is making sense. Does anybody else have any other questions? Melinda, would you like me to clarify anything? Again, I always recommend release with your roller, your tennis balls, then strengthen, then stretch, so that the muscles are warm by the time you start pulling on them, because pulling on a cold muscle isn't always the best thing for it. And that was the only question I had today. I wanted to show off my Pilates props that I got for the contest, but I don't have them here. So that's going to have to be, oh, see, I was curled forward, my rib cage was back, I was curled forward, my shoulders went straight to my ears, and then I end up looking like this. What is this? It's a nice Pilates posture, okay? So, I hope that answered your questions. Please let me know if you need any clarification. I hope you were able to see. Go back and rewind the video so that you can kind of watch. And if you're watching this video later, you can ask questions then, and I'll either address them then if I can, or I will address them in next week's community chat, which always happens on Thursday, although the time does tend to change a little bit. Okay, Melinda, I'm glad you're going to try those out, and let me know how you feel. I am going to go and get my Pilates workout in before heading home. Thank you so much for coming by, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. And again, if you live local, hit me up. All right?